Hi everyone. I am surrounded by a sea of red roses, red berries and red Christmas decorations over there. And today I'm going to be showing you my red flower arranging. It's a really simple one, and to be honest with you, it's more about layering up rather than using a multitude of different flowers. So I hope you enjoy today's red rose flower session. So first up, actually behind my dining table, I like to put a big vase of flowers, and I like them to be as tall as I can. It's quite a tall vase. I've just filled this up with water. So I have gone off and bought these really lovely berries, very Christmassy, and I'm actually, before I start my table setting, just gonna put these literally as they are, in fact, into, not much creativity required here, into this nice big vase. And the reason I do it this way is I actually quite like the way they just look naturally as they are, but also it's quite nice to have this sort of large setting just behind the dining table. On the dining table itself, I'm going to have something much neater, so I quite like the mix of having something quite wild just sat behind. If any of you think there's a better way of doing this, let me know. I am no flower expert, so I really just do what I like when it comes to flowers. It's a bit like artwork. I pick what I love, and that way I know I'll always enjoy it. So that looks fine to me. Apparently, you're supposed to just take the outer leaves off so that the rose looks cleaner. I think they might even last longer if you do this. I probably need to get an expert in and talk to them about this. So here are my lovely bud vases. At Christmas time, I like to go for the clear bud vase. I think they're really beautiful alongside the red roses. But what you're going to see me do is actually mix these, because these are obviously quite low setting. So it's great for dining table and great for Christmas. But I'm going to mix them up with some taller vases that are completely different shapes, so that actually on the table you get that really lovely feeling of lower and higher different settings when it comes to the flowers. And obviously cut at an angle. You don't need to be an expert to know that. That's a bit too high. I like to do a test first off. Again, just taking the outer petals off. The rule is odd numbers when it comes to putting flowers together, but I honestly just see what works for me. I really like that full look, especially because I'm going for a full rose look on this table and I don't want much else. So they look actually just quite lovely as they are now. And I've got, let me tell you how many roses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 roses in there. So I went with the odd number rule. So I'm going to put that one aside. I would love to know what your favorite colors in terms of Christmas table decorations are, and you know, how you set your table, whether you go for the same theme every year, and I know I've got many friends who do that, or whether you choose something different every year. I always find that this is my opportunity at Christmas to go for as many different themes as I can. You know, it's that one moment where you are supposedly allowed to be as creative as you like. I mean, to be honest with you, everyone thinks it's hydrangea because they're everywhere in my house. But my wedding flowers were all roses, red roses, and for me, it's just the ultimately beautiful flower. So it's actually red roses. But you know, hydrangea are easier to maintain, and you get this really beautiful, full, satisfying look with a bunch of hydrangea, whereas actually with roses, you need quite a few roses to get that fuller look. And also roses are more time consuming. There isn't anything quite as beautiful as a rose. The rose seems to have lots of significance, doesn't it? I mean, it just, roses are just enchanting. I find there's nothing quite like a rose. It's nice to know what the rules are to make sure you know whether you want to follow them or not. In my case, it doesn't happen very often. Flowers are there to be beautiful, but of course the purpose of the occasion is the people. So I like to keep them all relatively low setting, but to have them, oh gosh, I've gone a bit overboard there, never mind. But to have them feel like they're not in everyone's way. I like to leave a bit of leaf. So this is actually just, this is just a jar. And I've decided that, as I've got my lower setting bud vases, it would be quite nice to have something still quite low, but slightly higher than my bud vases, just to give that, feeling of different heights, which I always love on the table. For this particular red rose theme, I'm going really simple, and I really am just, it really is just red roses, so it couldn't be simpler. But it just, playing with different heights, playing with what you do with the leaves, that can all add interest without needing to do really very much else. So that looks quite lovely and was really just a simple jar. It's a total flower mess over here. But I don't know about you guys, I can't really keep my flower station very tidy. Okay, so I'm gonna have a little go at something, and I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but I'm gonna try. So some of these jars, really super simple, and I think that's all you need, but I was gonna have a go at seeing whether or not it might be quite nice to add in some ribbon and actually do something a little bit fun at the bottom. If it doesn't work, I can always go back to keeping it plain and simple, but it's quite nice to try. And I guess, that's what Christmas table decorations are all about. Trial and error from my point of view, and not being too afraid to play. I quite like it, just dressing up your vase. You could have it taller, or or you could double it up and add in some red velvet. I think it's just quite nice to try things out, and that's quite fun. It's also nice to have clear vases and to play around with what you've got. You might even just be able to use standard glasses and dress them up. I'm just wondering if this ribbon will work a bit better, because the other ribbon I had was lovely but very glittery and quite hard, so that just might not really work. Oh, I do like that. I really like that. I quite like the colour of the red on there as well. So, that's made our very standard glass look quite glamorous. I'm not going to do it to all of them. I might just do 2. So you get a feel for that lovely ribbon. Yeah, so not every ribbon would work for something like this. I also love a good bow, so I quite like that. So I'm just adding in. Okay, so I have added in my bud vases, but also with the taller glasses, and you can see over here I've actually added on a decoration on top of my glass, just to make it look a little bit more elegant. And you can see also throughout that I've got some ribbon. I forgot the glasses. So my taller. I might even just add in and here it is, the finished table with some really lovely heights with the flowers, but I've kept it really, really simple. We've just gone for the main roses as, you know, the main part of the tablescape, and added in this really lovely tartan type cracker and these really lovely big faux flowers as the centerpiece for each table setting. And it really looks very striking and powerful, so sometimes simple is best.